In this video, you'll learn the most important past tense, le passé composé. Let's have a look at this timeline. So you see in passé, we have two tenses, passé récent and passé composé. Okay, passé composé is more widely used. Passé récent is only used when you want to say that the action just happened, irrespective of the time. Okay, before how much time it happened. Was it before an hour, a day, before a minute? That's not important. Only if you want to say that the action just happened or just got completed, you'll use passé récent. You've learned it. You know how to use it, when to use it. And the other actions that happen in the past, for that we use passé composé. Okay, so it is very important to learn this tense. So passé composé is used pour parler d'une action qui est terminée au passé. Yes, an action that happened and that got over in the past. Okay. And for that, you should also know the structure, how to frame a sentence in passé composé, what all elements do we need for it. So, obviously, sujet, okay. Then, être or avoir, okay. The auxiliary verbs, okay. L'auxiliaire, être ou avoir, plus participe passé, the past participle form of the verb, and the object. Now, être and avoir here are the supporting verbs. Okay? They do not mean anything in the sentence. They just indicate that the action that happened was in past. Okay? And that it is conjugated in passé composé. That's all. Our main action, like I watched, I came, I went, I ate, all that. Okay? So the main verb is in its past participle form here. So this will be our main action verb. Okay? I'll put that here. It's easier to understand this way. Okay, main action verb is this one. Okay. So for that, you should know the conjugations of être and avoir in present tense, right? You know them already, but we'll revise a bit. We'll revise the conjugations, in fact. Être, the conjugation of être in present tense, je suis, tu es, il, elle, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Okay, and for avoir, we have je, j'ai, tu as, il, elle, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Yes, so if you know this, the first part is over. But there's one question. There are two verbs, être and avoir. We have a choice here. It's not like future proche that we have to use verb aller in each and every case. Here we have to choose whether we'll use être or avoir. That depends on the verb. Okay, whether être and avoir or the auxiliary verb is with regarder or with aller or with venir or with voir. It depends. But there are thousands of verbs. How to memorize? Which ones are with être, which ones with avoir? For that, the simple task is to memorize the list of verbs that come with être. Okay, we have a fixed list of verbs with être. And all the other verbs will come with avoir. Okay, so that's our next step and the important step. which verbs come with avoir. Sorry, être. Okay. So for être, generally, an easy way to memorize the list is to know that most of the verbs in this list are the verbs of movement. Okay, have a look at this picture. You can see some movement is happening. Okay, so see, the first verb is aller, to go, venir, to come, monter, to climb up, arriver, to arrive, entrer, to enter, rentrer, to return, passer, to pass by, rester, to stay, partir, to leave, sortir, to go out, descendre, to go down, tomber, to fall down, retourner, to return, mourir, décéder, to die. There's one more, naître, which is not given here. Okay. So you see, most of the verbs in that list are the verbs of movement. Okay. This will visually help you to think or to recollect that, okay, this is a verb of movement, so it will be with être. But that's not all. We also have other verbs with être. Okay, so we'll list out the verbs with être. Okay, and we have a trick to remember it. Before that, one more thing. Not all the verbs of movement are with être. Okay, so être has verbs of movement, but that doesn't mean that all the verbs of movement come with être. Okay, no. Okay, there are a few verbs of movement that do not come with être. So what is important is to remember this list. Okay, so to remember this list, we have devant to help us. Okay, remember devant, devant, and the verbs starting with these, and we'll remember the verbs as pair of opposites. Okay, descendre, with D we have descendre, and the opposite is monter. Okay, you saw on that image, descendre, monter, entrer, sortir. Okay, so to go down, to go up, to enter, to exit, or to go out, venir, to come, aller, to go, as we discussed, arriver, partir, naître, mourir, tomber, rester. Okay, so these are the opposites. If we have these verbs, then we also have the verbs that have re before them. Okay, what it is, let's see. Remonter. Okay, again, when we have rentrer, okay, that is also here. Then we have revenir. You see, the stem is the same, venir. Okay, so just by adding re, it becomes revenir, but it is still with être. Okay, revenir, then devenir. Okay, so devenir is to become. Okay, and revenir is derived from venir. Okay, if we have repartir, that will also come with this one. Okay, so these re verbs are also with être. Okay, and apart from that, we have passé. Okay, retourner. Okay, we have passé and retourner in the list. And with that, we also have les verbes pronominaux. Okay, all the verb pronominaux are with être. Okay, without an exception, les verbes pronominaux. Okay, so you know the verbs. So réveiller, okay, the reflexive verbs and the reciprocal verbs. Then se doucher, se brosser, se promener, se connecter, se rencontrer, then se marier, etc. Okay, all these verb pronomino are with être. Remember. Okay, so you see, this is the list of verbs with être along with yes, apparaître. Okay, to appear, that is also with être. Okay, so it is important to memorize this list of verbs. If you do so, it will become very easy because all the other verbs will come with avoir. Okay, yes, so les autres verbes avec avoir. Okay, so if you know these verbs, you know that the other verbs are with avoir. Yes, so this is one part. See, choosing être, choosing between être and avoir. Okay, now let's see how it works. Exemple. Okay, if I say, je regarde une vidéo. Okay, it's in present tense. Now, how to frame it in past tense? I watched a video. How to say that? So, our verb here is regarder. Okay, so subject will be as it is. But regarder, is it with être or avoir? Okay, we have to decide that. Is it in the list of être? No. So it will obviously come with avoir. Okay, so what is avoir with je? We saw that it is j'ai. So I put j'ai and then regarder is our verb. So I'll put its participe passé regarder. Okay. We'll see how to frame the past participle over here. But you should know that this is how the sentence is framed. And this means I watch a video. I am watching a video. And this means I watched a video. Okay. So what you should know is whether we are using être or avoir with that particular verb. Okay, so regarder is with avoir. So I conjugated avoir with the subject and then past participle. That's it. Okay, let's take one more example. Nous allons au cinéma. Okay, this is in present tense. We are going to the cinema. We go to the cinema. Here, subject will be as it is. The verb is aller. Is aller in the list of être? Yes, it is. So it will come with être. Now conjugate être with the subject. Nous, être is nous sommes. Okay. And then past participle of the verb aller au cinéma. Okay. Easy.